Let's go for it!
I like the dark stuff. Give me the dark stuff. I like the dark stuff. Give me the dark stuff.
That's not it. It's true, but there's trouble there. I'll fall back and we'll go. Only when I know we will. I don't know.
Hey everybody, it's me, your buddy Dave, the host of the Dark Stuff channel here on YouTube. Thanks a lot for checking out the new video. Much appreciated, as always. So today, you saw a little clip there of the Lemonheads doing It's About Time. I saw the Lemonheads recently, and it spurred like all kinds of activity over here in the bunker. I started doing all this Lemonheads related stuff, and I figured I would just talk about it all in one video. So I didn't intend on this to be a solely Lemonheads video, but because I was supposed to see another concert the other night, but I pinched something in my back, and it's been really fucking with me for the last couple of days, so I ended up not going to see this other show, and I don't know when the next time I'll be at a show is, and yada yada yada. So we'll do this report on the Lemonheads show.
Big call on the way. She's at the ballroom now. I'm looking in. There comes a smile on her face. This is on the same stuff we got yesterday. This is on the same stuff we got yesterday. Yeah.
So I saw the Lemonheads a couple weeks ago here in Omaha at the waiting room, and not the first time I've seen them. I've seen them many times, talked about them on this channel before. In fact, if you go back a couple videos, go back a couple of years, I should say, to I think it's number 182, 184. I'll put a link to it here. When I did a video that had the Lemonheads last time they were here in 2019 with some footage, and then also Tommy Stinson from the Replacements opened on that one. So that's a really cool video if you get a chance to check that one out. So this time, no Tommy Stinson, but the Lemonheads this time more than made up for it. I go there, and of course there's two openers, and I'm pretty excited about it because the first opener is a band that you've heard me talk about on this channel before, and that's See-Through Dresses. They're from Omaha, and this was their first show back in 2 years, mostly entirely because of COVID, really. So the first time I had seen them in a couple of years. It was great to see them again. I've done multiple videos on them. I did an interview with them years and years ago, and someday, whenever they get around to making a new record, maybe I'll have them back down here at the bunker again. So while it was good to see See-Through Dresses again, I did hear some sort of bad news, and that is that their drummer is moving to California, and so he'll no longer be in the band. And I think they said that their bass player no longer lives here in Omaha. He lives in like Colorado or something, and was just maybe in for these series of shows. So I don't know what his status is either. So that would mean half the band is gone. So that'll take some time to get going with a new lineup or whatever. So I guess it was pretty cool. They're doing one final show, I guess, with this lineup in a few days from now when I'm talking right now, and I'll see them one more time. And that maybe will be the last time for seeing this version of the band.
Never care, rather live on a song.
So I talked to Matt and Sarah from the band a little bit after the show. We chatted about stuff. They're big Lemonheads fans, and they were pretty excited to be on the bill. So it was a great first show back for them. Lemonheads brought a group with them called Heyrocco. I had never heard of these guys, didn't know anything about them, watched their set, and I liked it. They're from South Carolina, but they sound like they're more from Minneapolis, honestly. They sound like an 80s sort of replacements-ish, Soul Asylum, Jayhawks kind of mesh. Just good indie rock from that period, and that's, that's kind of one of my sweet spots. So I did really dig them. I didn't know anything about them before, and I have not yet checked out their music beyond the show, but I've been planning to because I did really like it. So, like, in between sets, I went over to the merch table for Lemonheads, and I saw this CD called The Hotel Sessions, which I'd never actually seen before. And I thought I had every Lemonheads album, but I didn't know this one. And it is dated 2011, but it's actually recordings from 1992 and into early 93 that Evan Dando recorded solo acoustic while he was in Australia, and he's kind of playing the songs that would end up being their album Come On Feel the Lemonheads, which came out in 93. And I just really loved it because it was just so raw, and just hearing Evan Dando explain the idea behind the song or whatever, or hey, this is about such and such, or this is about so and so. And it was really good, and it kind of pushed me into a deep dive of Lemonheads. Now, I was already there because of the show, but then I decided that for my first new episode of my podcast, Dark Stuff Radio, I was going to do something on the Lemonheads, okay? I'm trying this new format with the podcast of doing something I've never, ever done before, which is have it be scripted. So I write out everything I'm going to say ahead of time. I have never done that on a video. Never. Not once. Okay? My organizational style is I put everything I need to talk about in front of me here on the table, maybe even in an order roughly of what I want, which one that I want to talk about in what order. But then when I pick it up and do this, it's completely extemporaneous. I mean, I don't use notes. I don't read scripts. So what I noticed when I was listening to the podcast, though, is a good podcast really sort of takes you on a journey, or tells you a little bit of a story as it's moving along. It's not the same as a radio show. I've been on the radio for 17 years. Radio's different. It's you play a song and you want to front announce, back announce. You want a little sweeper in between, or a bumper, or whatever you call it. And there are different purposes. It's a different sort of a thing. People listen for different reasons. And I'm trying to work that out, of coming up with different ways to present, the kind of music that I like in a way that is going to be interesting to people, and in a way that it doesn't sound forced. I don't want to do something that I'm not good at, and I don't want to do something that has been done by a million other people. So I'm dipping my toe in, and so for Dark Stuff Radio number 8, episode 8, I did the Lemonheads 10 best songs. And with each one, I gave a little bit of a discussion about what I think the lyrics are about, the time when it came out, just little anecdotes and stuff, and making it a presentable story. Okay, at least that's what I think. So this is my first one of this new style. So if the link is below, I don't know if I was clear on this on the last video. This is totally free, okay? I'm not asking anyone to pay for money to be able to listen to me talk about music. That's ridiculous. I mean, I wouldn't ask anyone to do that. I don't have a Patreon. I don't monetize this YouTube channel. I don't monetize anything else. So I'm not going to be asking people for money. Maybe it was unclear with the Spotify thing how it was if you pay, you get one thing. You're not paying me. It's paying to be a member of Spotify. Right, so if you use the free version, they don't let you listen to the full songs. You hear commercials. If you pay for Spotify, then you can hear the whole thing. That's the distinction. It's not me asking you to pay for anything. So just to be clear. There's my piece on that. I hope you listen to it. I would love to hear what you say. There's apparently a way to comment on there, but I can't find the comments. I get emails from them saying, you've received a response to this or that. And then I'm like, well, where do you go to find it? So far, I haven't figured that out yet, but hopefully I do before too long. So this Lemonhead show is really good. I've noted in past videos about the Lemonheads that, Evan Dando can be pretty volatile maybe, or just, I don't know what the deal is. I don't want to characterize it in a negative way because I like the guy so much. But he has had episodes in the past in Omaha and maybe in other places where he kind of freaked out and left and then came back and, this sort of thing. So there's always that little element of what's going to happen. Didn't happen at the last show in 2019. He just played a great set. It was deafeningly loud. I mean, it pained your ears. And they were a 4-piece at that time. They're back to a trio now, and the drummer is actually Swerve Driver's drummer, which was kind of cool. And they were still pretty loud, but with the trio, it just didn't seem so overwhelming. It wasn't just like, I don't know. The show in 2019 just hurt my ears. It was so fucking loud. So this time around, they weren't like that. He played most of the hits, your Dawn Can't Decide, your My Drug Buddy, and all of these sort of songs, all the greats, some of which may be in my top 10 Lemonhead songs. I don't know, maybe you'll have to figure that out on your own if you want to find out for sure. Okay, well, I mean, that's pretty much all I wanted to cover here, was just mentioning the Lemonheads and mentioning the podcast. I'll play whatever clips I have left for the end of the show here, and please leave a comment and let me know what you think. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.